all I've got. I built this ashram and I put these parts of the ashram in other parts. Lights, Patch Adams, and probably my favorite, a bell. In certain traditions of Buddhism, they call the bell mindful, a practice of mindfulness, such as drinking a beverage mindfully. Enjoying the taste, the smell, and appreciating where it came from, how it got here, and who made it now. There's not much else to explain. Not much else inspiration or motivation to try to go against an entire world focused and concentrated on the goal of climate change and free money for everybody and free money for everybody and free money for everyone. Mostly as a result of what I've been able to discover and accomplish with my work the last 10 years. And even before in college, studying with Kaveh Asghari, a professor at Western who taught Iranian film, went to University of Chicago, got his PhD at Berkeley, studied next to one of the most well sought after feminist writers of academia, in academia, Linda Williams, who I tirelessly tried studying with when I was at Western for my dissertation. Except I didn't have any topic. I just appreciated the brilliance and the intelligence and how nice she was when I actually met her in person at Telluride Film Festival. I met Werner Herzog. I walked next to Viggo Mortensen up there. I sat in the park next to Nicolas Cage, his little baby walking around the park, little baseball field, and his wife sitting there hanging out, listening to people talk about movies, film, and the world. Listen to Ken Burns give a seminar, and remember story after many stories from Telluride, including Kit from Texas, who was a bodybuilder and had decided to be a party entertainer, social person in the city, the town, who dressed as a woman but wasn't gay, who had a hot tub in his home, his townhouse, took me out for elk, pasta, and paid for my dinner, let me stay there for free. Because I didn't have the money. And I don't got money now. I don't got no courage left. I ain't got no strength. And I barely have any dignity remaining, having to still make videos and talk about obviousness. solving a problem now instead of postponing the elimination of the disagreement or the confusion to achieve some sort of social benefit or some big stimulus trillion-dollar bank account like Jeff Bezos. Everybody wants to throw money. Everybody wants to go to the moon. Everybody wants to blast off into outer space. And not a single person stands out by the grocery store helping people know the body and the brain to help them where they're going. There's people out there with flowers rotting in the sun. There's people keeping flocks of shitting, pooping pigeons gathered together with old twisted faces staring, dangerously following, grouping up, making friends, and deciding what's going on now in the world. They're getting the stimulus, the emotional benefit, and they're receiving the reward, people giving them free stuff, feeling sorry for them. And the hardest part has to do with September 11th, 2001. I was with my girlfriend in high school, Michelle. Her dad was in the United States Air Force up here in Washington State at the time. He was stationed at Joint Base Fort Lewis McChord. The planes hit. We got freaked out, scared. We went back to her mom's house, sat and watched the death and the dying. And then shortly after, I had my best friend Ryan T. Morris, join the Marine Corps, the United States Marine Corps. Had other friends go to recon, to all kinds of different branches. And the man I admired said, no, go to school, be an officer in the Navy. Because I wanted to join the Navy. I just didn't want to do the fighting with the hands. I wanted to serve how I could, but I wasn't ready to start shooting guns. I didn't know what was happening mostly. So he said, go be an officer, go to college. And I came up here, and now I'm at the end of the world. I'm at the edge of the planet where you go to eventually die. All kinds of words and fantasy descriptions get used to explain what I'm talking about now. And what makes it hard to keep going has to do with those laughs outside. Quarantine, people who have money and work for tech businesses and don't care about other people knowing about their body and brain, because they say, well, they already know that, and that's not helping. Cheering and doing their 8 o'clock in the evening ritual, whistleblowing every night. Knowing that people get free money and they get benefits and unemployment, and the government will listen to what they have to say and get time enough to know. All they gotta do is wait, pause, and wait some more. They go down and buy whatever they want. They stare at that twisted face and keep on going. They know how to respond. They know what's happening socially. They know the tricks of the trade. They know the safe and they know the risky. And they stay silent. They vote for the same candidate in office every year, Democrat, Democrat, socialist, Democrat, 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 and another socialist. They form bonds and they play board games and put signs out front in their homes that say all lives matter. They join the African American black people, folks, march with Black Lives Matter signs. They enjoy what they're doing now. They get a big reward. Acceptance, encouragement, fun, a nice place to live. And some wacky, beard-growing, black-shirted person speaking now in this video gets called a racist, white supremacist, destructive, violent, masochistic, nasty, disgusting bitch. Assaulted, forced to repeat explanations, forced to keep giving more information. I'm a slave. I'm the slave they pay with their government dollars. I'm the slave they lock up in mental health. And I am the slavery they call conspiracy. The same conspiracy they talk about with Alex Jones, the same stuff they talk with this man named Eddie Bravo, with flat earths and no outer space and no moon landings. With the same words in the same breath. While I'm talking about brain and body. Not saying you gotta have a mind. Saying, be Buddhist like me and don't have a mind. And the world. Have no brain. Practice no brain. Know, though, each choice after you go from brain and body has a consequence, a benefit, has information and data. And the power of knowing brain and body don't allow a person to just play stupid with that twisted, drug-induced face. To vote blindly, saying to limit, restrict, control, and limit some more. The process I'm talking about in the system of the body and the brain requires strength, courage, and most of all, tenacity and grit. There's days worth starving, and there are nights worth committing suicide. And there's sad eyes, and there's listening ears everywhere, all along the way, who have holes in their ears and clothing and style, and who describe consciousness as mostly how I'm describing stimulus and reward now.